this will boost the morale of the school, especially to make this partnership between Brain Achim, MA Junior High School and Chesson High School to move forward.
My role has been as a representative of the Association of Head Teachers in the United Kingdom, visiting Ghana to basically do some research as to the potential for school-to-school partnerships, which we're launching in collaboration with SABRE to support Ghanaian schools' development. I think one of the key things about the School Link is that it has to be a two-way process, a two-way learning and support process between the school in Ghana and the school in the UK. It's an enormous potential learning curve on both sides. I think learning things about local culture, local history, local language, some of the things that you see when you travel to Ghana are the amazing textiles and fabrics. And of course, sadly, this part of Africa has a history as being a centre of the slave trade. So it's very useful and interesting for students in the UK to have experience of that firsthand.
Well, we set our objectives, and one of such objectives is to enhance children's writing skills and reading skills through the pen pal letter writing. We realized that before the exchange program, everyone sees a white person, to be rich. But then, when they started with this writing of pen pal letters, people have got to understand that we are equal to each other.
Children are involved on both sides directly. The most obvious thing that children do, both in Ghana and in the UK, is exchange letters about themselves and about their lives. I was myself at one of the Ghanaian primary schools this week when a group of children were looking at some letters that they'd received from their partners in the UK, and the sense of excitement and adventure at having direct contact with people living in such different circumstances was really moving and palpable.
Teachers in Ghana, we have also learned how to learn the way lessons are taught in UK, which will benefit Ghanaian teachers. Using phonics to teach has been quite helpful. Realize that children from primary 1 to 4, they are actually doing well. And when you go back, you can trace that it started from when this phonic program was introduced in the school. It makes teaching easier.
Well, I was visiting a junior high school in one of the rural villages that SABRE works with earlier this week, and that school is involved in a textiles project between the school here in Ghana and its partner school in the UK. And as part of that exchange of ideas on textiles, physical resources have also been purchased for the Ghanaian school in the form of a dozen reconditioned Singer sewing machines. And I was able to stand in the classroom and watch girls and boys using a manual sewing machine for the first time in their lives. And one girl in there in particular seemed to take to it like a duck to water. And when I went up and spoke to her and said, "Have you used a sewing machine before?" because I felt sure she had, she replied that she hadn't, but that she had had experience of making garments, shirts and so on, by hand before, and that she now realised the potential for doing that so much faster and so much more efficiently using one of those reconditioned sewing machines provided directly by the partner school. So that's a really good concrete example of what I can now see in terms of the ways that we can support Ghanaian schools to help them support themselves.
I really wish that more schools in Ghana get involved with this partnership.
If you are looking for a partnership with a charity which has an educational focus and which is impacting directly on schools and on children's life chances in what is a country in need of support, then look at SABRE partnership projects with schools. SABRE works in a small area, it has very close on-the-ground knowledge, knows exactly what it's doing and impacts directly on life chances of young people.